Leisure
and work make up a majority of our everyday lives, and we spend substantial amounts of time trying to find the correct balance between the two. However, there is a substantial evidence and distinction between the inequalities that arise within both contexts. Sociologists study work and leisure intently to understand how we define ourselves.
To define leisure
and our-
simply, it
and
is what
our
we enjoy
identity.
doing and how we spend our free time. There are many notable differences and questions that come into play when discussing social class and gender in leisure. For example, Pierre Bourdieu suggests that people from a higher social class have specific interests that are regarded as higher cultural capital. These could be things such as the opera or fine dining. Furthermore, people regard these activities as the defining things that separate social class. Historically, higher social classes had notable interests that separated them from the plebeians. Think of trance music versus classical music, or a modern day example of reading versus watching TV. These activities of leisure exemplify the class and imbalances present in society historically and present day.
These gender inequalities are also reflective in current employment trends and the working world. Is there a social expectation that women have more domestic duties than men? Some studies suggest that while men and women share equal hours of paid work, there is a notable difference between the amount of domestic duties that eat into women's leisure time. Is the extent in which men and women are expected to perform different duties. For example, men are often associated with labour jobs, while women are associated with service-oriented jobs. Vertical segregation is defined as men having higher social status and higher paid jobs than women. Even in the pink-collared occupations like nursing and teaching, there is still a large number of males who hold a higher position. When you step onto a packed bus at 6:30 p.m. in Martin Place and you are surrounded by middle-aged men coming home at rush hour, is this a question of whether women are not aiming to achieve these positions of power, or are they being denied?
Sexual harassment may contribute to horizontal segregation, as women are less likely to go into a field where they will be outnumbered by a male-dominated profession. Imagine walking into a law firm of 35 men where you're the only woman on the entire floor. Conversely, the stigma associated with female-oriented work, such as the retail industry, may be intimidating for men through the societal expectations that men should avoid being associated with unmasculine professions. This is a reality that women and men may face when entering the workforce. This example perpetuates these inequalities. This idea can also be related to Karl Marx's idea of alienation, where workers are not compensated for these inequalities. This one degree of alienation that may be applicable is in the sense that we are forced to work in jobs that are not appealing because of the social pressures that women and men both face. In conclusion, there are some persisting inequalities, gender and social class, in both work and leisure.